The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
This is the Domino's postgame report. I'm Adam Cavalier alongside Carson-Newman head men's basketball coach Chuck Benson. Chuck, congrats. Very solid 66-52 win over the Anderson Trojans, keyed in large part by two otherworldly defensive stretches. Held Anderson 12 minutes without a field goal in the first half, 7 minutes without a field goal in the second half. What'd you do to lock them down?
Well, first of all, I thought we had as thorough a preparation the last 2 days as we've had this year. I was really pleased with our guys. They locked in. Our tape sessions were good. Our walkthroughs were good. Our scouting report reviews were good. And I told them that. I said, hey, man, I think we are ready for about anything. And that doesn't take into consideration the personnel. I mean, we knew the personnel, and you know, Jones, Jackson, Ross, these guys are capable of hurting you. But I thought our guys really took great pride tonight in defending and bringing the effort, intensity, and execution defensively speaking. And so I was really pleased with our defensive performance tonight. Aside
from a stretch where Anderson goes 8 for 8 to start the second half, and you almost have to have that yin to the yang to make sense of things, Anderson, aside from that stretch, 10 of 36 from the floor. Was there one specific thing that was really working for your zone tonight?
I think our guys, like I said, it goes back to preparation.
Yeah.
I think they knew what was coming. I say that, and I think Jason Taylor is as good as a coach there is anywhere, any level, and his teams are always really tough because they got so much action. I thought our kids really were on point tonight, and we're communicating, and we're reacting very quickly to what was coming their way. But having said that, I told them before we came up after the half, I said, listen, they're going to come out and throw a haymaker. Are we going to have the poise to handle their run? So even their run, I mean, that was completely expected. But I thought our kids showed they responded and had the poise, and we didn't freak out and run for cover and throw in the towel. So I thought that was positive.
Carson Brooks, back-to-back 20-point efforts. Only other player to do that in your tenure here have been Ish Sanders and Antoine Davis, 21 points, and he comes a missed shot away from nearly equaling his own school record, 10 for 11. Why was he so successful on the low blocks today?
Carson's confidence is higher than it's ever been in his life right now. You know, and he knows. Sometimes you have those moments, those sort of aha moments, and the light goes off, and I think he now knows that he can be really, really effective. And he's making very aggressive, very physical, athletic rim attacks. He's finishing through contact, you know, and then he's even recognizing when he needs to give the thing up. So all cylinders are clicking for him right now.
And then on the other block, Sawyer Williams, he only has 18 points, 6 rebounds. How much of those two balance things out, or how difficult is it to defend when you've got those two both kicking on all cylinders for you?
Well, they're tough. You know, it puts people in, and it puts opponents in a position where they've got to decide. Well, you know, do we just keep on going with single coverage? We try to double it up and trap it. The real key for us, and I've talked about it multiple times. I mean, you could take away the inside with traps, but what is going to be your response on the perimeter? What's our response on the perimeter? And I thought tonight we had a guy in Andy Barnett that proved that he can jump up there. He was really, I thought that second half when they made their run, he was the guy that stretched our lead back out there with a couple of just big-time dagger-type threes. And so I think if we can get a little bit more of that, I think offensively speaking, we can be more difficult to defend.
Yeah, 2 out of 3 possessions, he drains trays, and that was what started the run. Anderson had brought it within 3 on a 10-4 spurt.
Right.
Barnett goes 2 out of 3 from the left wing, both of them. And it sparks a 16-2 run. That's something that you haven't had often this season. You brought up the spark plug. That's a big spark plug. How big of a spark plug, too? Charles Clark stepping into the role of point guard and running the show.
Well, with Ryan Jones being day-to-day at best, you know, and then you see Jared goes down tonight, and we'll have a little bit better feel of tomorrow what his status is. But then for Charles to step up and carry that load, you know, and do a really sound, solid job, it just speaks volumes about his growth. I mean, he did the same thing at Newberry, and so I think he's getting a little more confidence there. But, you know, he was sound, he was solid, you know, 6 assists, 4 steals, 6 points, 3 boards. I mean, he just really filled the thing up pretty nicely, and he'll only get better. I mean, I'd like to think that we'll get to a position where we don't put him in that kind of deal, but if that happens, then at least he knows that he's capable of coming through for us.
How do you build on this one? Welcome in Catawba on Saturday afternoon.
Well, we went to Catawba early in December and got our hats handed to us, and I thought they were so tough down there. They made tough shots. They defended us pretty well. But I still think we've gotten a lot better since then. I think we've improved defensively. I think we've improved offensively. I think at that point early in the year, maybe we really weren't sure exactly who was doing what and to what degree they needed to do things. And I think now we've some of that's gotten ironed out. And I think our guys sort of know who and when and where and why. And so I just think we're at a whole different place. And we're ultra excited to get to play at Holt again. I talked before about how we've really performed better away from home than we have at home. Yet tonight, I thought our guys really embraced our home court. They embraced the fans that were here. They really represented and performed in a very respectful way. So I was very pleased.
First game shooting better than 60% from the field and nearly a calendar year at Brevard last season. Chuck, congrats on the win.
Thanks, Kev.
That's Carson-Newman head men's basketball coach Chuck Benson. We'll take a quick